You know, we're all kind of obsessed with staying young. It's this ancient human quest, right? But what if this whole obsession with extending our lives is actually making us miss the whole point of living? Today we're going to dig into a really different perspective, one that says the goal isn't to live longer, but to live with a real deep purpose.
It's the ultimate fantasy, isn't it? To just stop the clock. But honestly, it's starting to feel less like a fantasy and more like a choice that's just around the corner. We see it everywhere. Youth is everything. So let's just pause for a second and really think about that. If you could, would you?
And this isn't some sci-fi movie anymore. We're talking stem cell injections, crazy advanced therapies. The tech to slow down aging is actually here. But here's the catch. It's usually only for the super rich. And that's creating this whole new kind of division in society.
And that right there is the big question. We're getting so close to figuring out how to live longer, but we're not asking why. I mean, does adding more years automatically mean you're adding more joy? The perspective we're looking at today would say absolutely not.
So check this out. It's like there are two completely different paths. On one side, you've got a righteous life. It's joyful, it's full of purpose, and it ends with dignity. But on the other side, you've got this artificially stretched out life, which, could end up being really difficult and just empty. The idea here is simple, but it's huge. Quality over quantity, every single time. And get this teaching points to right now, specifically around the year 2026, as this massive turning point for all of us. It's a time when humanity has to make a choice. Do we keep chasing a longer life just because we're afraid, or do we start rethinking our entire purpose from a much, much bigger perspective? Okay, so to really get what a righteous life means, we have to pull the camera way, way back. This whole idea is built on something called the cosmic law of life. Think of it as a roadmap for understanding our journey, not just in this one lifetime, but across many. So, according to this teaching, all of humanity right now is kind of split into three groups. You've got 30% of people who are actually living their final life as a human. Then there's another 30% who'll come back one more time, and the last 40% will be back two more times. Just let that sink in for a second. For almost a third of everybody alive today, this is it. This is the grand finale of their human experience. Thinking about it that way, wow, it completely changes the stakes for how we live our lives right now.
So what's next? After that final lifetime, what happens? Well, the destination is a state called Hayatal. It basically means liberation or enlightenment. It's when you've completed the whole human cycle and you get to return to where you came from as a divine being, or Shin.
Okay, so if Hiddles is the ultimate goal, then our time here on Earth isn't just about waiting around. It's a mission. The real point isn't just to pass the time, it's to build substance. It's all about what we become, not how long we manage to stick around. And that brings us to this really cool concept, Negang. The best way to think about it is like your inner spiritual strength. It's the wisdom, the quality, the toughness that you build up by facing challenges, by learning your lessons, by going through all the stuff that life throws at you. So here's the bottom line. Every single thing that happens to you, the good stuff and the bad stuff, it's all an opportunity to build your Negang. Your life is basically a training ground designed to forge that inner strength you need for that final return to a divine state. Now, I know this might all be sounding a little out there, a little philosophical, but it actually breaks down into some really practical, down-to-earth advice on how to live this way, especially if you might be one of those people on their final journey.
And it all boils down to this. It's so simple, but man, is it powerful. Stop looking over at what other people have. Their money, their perfect health, the fancy treatments they can afford, none of that matters. Your focus has to be completely on your own path, your own life.
Because think about it. Every single second you spend wishing you had someone else's life or complaining about your own is the second you are not living your life. You're not building your Negang. It's like you're putting your own spiritual growth on pause just to sit and watch someone else's movie. So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, it's about four things. Number one, you just have to stop comparing yourself to other people. Number two, faithfully do the work you've been given to do, whatever your role is. 3, use the tools and resources you actually have, not the ones you wish you had. And finally, number 4, you have to trust. Trust that you'll be given exactly what you need when you need it to complete your unique purpose.
And this right here, this is the ultimate takeaway of this whole way of thinking. This human experience, it's not the destination, it's the training ground. We're not here to build a forever home. We're here to complete our mission and basically to graduate to whatever comes next.
So let's just end with this thought. Whether you buy into this whole framework or not, the question itself is just so powerful. If you knew for a fact that this was your last shot, your final journey in this life, what would you change? What would you suddenly start focusing on? And maybe more importantly, what would you finally just let go of?